Hey everyone, it's Lori. We are going to be listening to Scott's call here any second. We're on hold right now, waiting for it to start. As soon as it starts, then we'll just be listening to that together. So we won't have any talking during that time. And then as soon as it's done, we can chat. So I'm happy you're all here and enjoy smiling at each other for the next 20 minutes while Scott talks.
Oh, wait, now I can.
This conference is being recorded.
Good evening, JAFRA consultants and invited guests to this call tonight. My name is Scott Halversen. I'm the VP of Sales for JAFRA USA, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to our opportunity call. That's exactly what this is tonight. It's to find out a little bit more about what JAFRA is all about. And I just want to give you a little perspective from the home office and really what we're all about. And as I'm sitting in the offices here in Westlake Village, California, which is on the northern side of LA, I was looking outside the window to my office, and there's this circle of excellence. And in it is the basically the creed of what this company is all about. Now, granted, we are a skincare company. We are a beauty company. People know us as JAFRA Cosmetics for the last 61 years. Jan and Frank Day founded this in Malibu, California, and it's just been an amazing start to a company that is, and their tradition has been honored, it has been strengthened, and it has been carried on to where, you know, as I look out and I read what their original purpose was, and it is to transform the lives of millions of women around the world. And that's exactly what we're doing. I mean, this is not just a U.S. company. This is a global company that is reaching and impacting families' lives all around the world. And they basically started this company off with, like, whatever the cost is, put the best ingredients to get the best skincare results possible, and we will have something to talk about. That started with royal jelly, which is an amazing ingredient that reacts well with the skin. The skin recognizes it. It says, hey, I know you, come on in, provides the moisture, provides the all the stimulus that the skin needs, which, you know, we need that elastin and collagen to really keep looking younger a lot longer. And that's what this does. We've made so many technological advances on this product that we are the experts in royal jelly around the world. And we've infused it not only in our skincare lines, but also in our beauty lines, so that when you have, like, one of our lipsticks that is infused with royal jelly and the royal active peptides, I mean, it is just sets itself aside. We're not talking color anymore. We're talking, wow, this is the best lipstick I've ever had. At least that's what my wife says, because I've not really personally tried it. So I just go with people that use it and take their word for it. But, you know, that's the fun part about this business. We get easy to talk about products that people like. They're educated on it. We feel like we're very cutting edge when it comes to the anti-aging, when it comes to the skincare categories. But we also are really on the leading edge with beauty. We stay on trend. And we also provide amazing fragrances for those that want top quality fragrances that you would find in a department store, but at an accessible price. And then we have spa products for your hands and feet, you know, those for bath and body. And it's kind of like covers all of the family's needs in these 4 categories that we have. But more importantly, it's what this experience does for women and men around the world. And it changes lives. I mean, it sounds cliche. It sounds like that's what everybody's doing, but we really are a family here at JAFRA, and we care to bring that out. I will have one of our consultants on here in just a minute to be able to explain how she's been able to have an amazing career with JAFRA and what it means to her. And that's really the part that matters most. But I just wanted to give you a couple of pieces of information of why would you say yes to JAFRA today? And when I look at it, there are probably a few different reasons. And I've been in direct selling for well over a decade now. And I've seen families that knew nothing, individuals that knew nothing about direct selling, come into this, embrace the model, embrace the way that the business is done, and it puts them on a completely different trajectory for not only themselves, but their family from a financial standpoint, but also from just a personal development standpoint. And that's probably the part I like the most, is when people set these goals for themselves and they accomplish it, the intrinsic value of that experience has no price tag. It is just really a strong part of what we do. I've found over the years that there are several reasons why somebody might want to venture into direct selling, and it's got to meet their needs. And we feel like we let you manage your business, do the business in the way that fits you. In fact, our basic tagline, it says, the freedom to be you. So you get to do this on your time, on your terms, and with the right time and effort matched, you're going to see the results that you expect. Does it happen overnight? No, I would not even say that. It happens through the consistent effort, the focus, and the discipline as you learn the skills along the way. And you don't have to be an expert in anything. It's just matching passion and effort and a little bit of knowledge, and you can make it work. That's the great thing about having a product line, is when you show it, when you share it, people try it, they recognize the quality. All of the kind of those objections and barriers that they're programmed to have, those come down. And they're really just impressed with what we have to offer. And I just love our Royal Jelly Ritual line, which is the skincare. And I've been around skincare for quite some time and used many different brands. And this one, to me, not only fits all types of skin, but it's the ritual approach in which you're dealing with vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E for pore minimization, for that's minimizing pores, not for POOR, but it's for, keeping that skin looking young and tight. Also providing, corrective qualities for sun damaged skin, or you have the vitamin E for a hydration boost that you need. We've got the amino acids built in. And when you put all of those together along with our Royal Jelly, the Royal Active Peptide, which is our patented formulation, you're like, wow, the results speak for themselves. And when you meet a JAFRA consultant, it's pretty impressive what you're able to see, and they're very proud of what it's done for them. So the one thing I would say is, if you're looking to join this business, maybe you have a financial need, and we can take care of that with one of the most lucrative and rich compensation plans that allow you not only immediate income through retail selling, but if you desire to build a team, you can also earn additional earnings as you build an organization. That is the direct selling model to a T. Some people love to just be with a group of like-minded people that share the same values, the same ideas, the same passion, and they want to be part of something bigger than they are. Sometimes maybe you've been in a career, or you've been helping others for so long that you've never been recognized for something that you personally set out to do. And this is an amazing place to make that happen. And interestingly enough, as you reach generations that have understood the value of service, and even the new generations who want to make a difference, when people have a cause that they want to support and they don't quite know how to do it, they don't want to dip into their bank accounts or their savings accounts to be able to do that, but their heart is so big they want to support it, they turn to direct selling to use that as a funding source for those causes. and they feel like they're contributing and making a difference in that regard. So there are dozens and dozens of ways in which somebody might be able to take the idea of direct selling and apply it to their lives to meet what they want in their objectives. And we're here to support you in those endeavors with the right training, the right skills, the right product, and the right energy to make that happen. That's what we do. But hey, enough of me talking about this. I want you to listen to one of our consultants who's represented JAFRA for quite some time. She's built a team. She's inspired many women to start their own business. She is a business owner in her own right, which I absolutely love, and I think it's great. She's what we call a district director, meaning she's touched the lives of many people, and many people are following her lead and growing at the same time. So I want to welcome to the call tonight Sally Elliott, who is just an amazing representative of what JAFRA embodies. And if you want to hit *6, Sally, to be able to join the call, we'd love to welcome you in. Are you with us tonight?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly. Oh, you sound amazing. That's so good. So tell us a little bit about like your JAFRA story, your JAFRA experience, so that people get an idea of what you've been able to not only attain, but how it's kind of just changed your life over the years just by saying yes to JAFRA.
Well, when I'm asked my story, I say that I'm a business owner that helps women feel empowered and confident. And I've been with JAFRA. I've been with JAFRA Cosmetics since 1971, and I was introduced to JAFRA when I was invited to a JAFRA party, and didn't know anything about it until I went to the party, and I was immediately impressed with the royal jelly and how it helped heal my dry, flaky, sensitive skin. So I started using it, and in my life, I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I had two small children, and I wanted to be that hands-on mom. So when my husband lost his job shortly after I started using JAFRA, I decided to give JAFRA a try at the suggestion of a friend. And besides earning a great income from the very start, I developed confidence in myself, and I found strengths I never knew I had because I hadn't been in a similar situation that brought out those strengths. The best part about my career with JAFRA is that I get to help others now with their confidence and income. That's my big joy. And along the way, I've been able to travel the world. I've earned trips around the world, earned cars, lived my dream of staying home with my kids while working. And now that my kids are grown, JAFRA provides a great stream of income for retirement. It also is flexible, so I can continue to work while we travel in our RV. So I love my job.
Oh, you embody like just the whole idea of the freedom to be you, because you travel anywhere you want. The world is your home, and you're able to share that. And we've had a great time talking about that. What I love about this is, you know, you said 1971. So the company was founded in 1956. And here we are in 2017. That, to me, is a testament to what this business is all about, that the products have that staying power for you to build a client base, for you to attract people. And it gave you everything that you needed. And I love the fact that you wanted to be home with the kids, because that's a major value that you have, but then you were able to provide in a meaningful way. That in and of itself is cool. But the part that just totally I wasn't expecting was the realization of the self-development that you weren't able to get in any other channels. And that, to me, is the secret of what this business is all about, that no one gets to really talk about it until you experience it. So That's pretty cool. I like that. So thank you for sharing that. If you were to give any advice to anyone who was thinking about starting with JAFRA today, because now, I mean, your perspective transcends decades, and I think that's pretty cool. What would be your best advice that you could give anyone?
Well, honestly, I think direct sales, and especially this company, because it has a fabulous product that once people try, it kind of sells itself. And direct sales itself gives you such flexibility and such what I would call security, because you're building something for yourself. You're not working in a job that you're helping somebody build their business. You're building your own business, and you can do as much or as little as you choose. But it's something that, in my case, I didn't seek it out. It kind of found me, and I'm so glad it did, because honestly, I don't know what my life would be like if I hadn't found it. I'm much more confident. I'm quite a bit more secure because of the income that it provides. My skin looks great. I look younger than my age, thank God.
I know. That is the truth.
And I just think you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And if it, like when I first started, I thought, well, if it doesn't work, I can go get a real job. But this is a real job I found, and it's something that is fun and very exciting. It changes every day, and I'm a people person, so I think if you like people, it's something that you can't lose. And if you don't like people, it teaches you to like them. So
that's kind of cool. Have you made amazing friendships over those years? Like,
oh my gosh,
have some of your best friends come from just doing the business? I'm curious.
Yes, absolutely. It's funny, when I first started, one of my neighbors down the street had just started JAFRA too, and I wasn't aware of it. And I went to find my son at her house, and she had this mask all over her face, and I got really excited because I thought, oh, that looks like JAFRA. I can sell JAFRA to her. And then I found out she was selling JAFRA. And I thought, oh my gosh. But we have become best friends, and to this day, we're still great friends. And it's because of JAFRA. I don't know if she hadn't had a mask on her face that day, if I would have gotten to know her as well.
That's pretty cool, even though like she wasn't part of your team, and that's really what it is. And I think that embodies, by definition, that this is a family, and it's like everyone's welcome, and we love that those friendships and those bonds that we develop over the years. That's cool.
Yes.
So okay.
The other thing that I love is that I have been able to introduce people to JAFRA all over the country. It's not just local. So now when I travel, I can visit a lot of the people that I've helped to start their own business, and I kind of go around and visit them and can kind of write the trip off as I go. That's pretty amazing.
You have figured it out. That's awesome. All right. So I'm curious, favorite product. What is your favorite product?
Well, it has to be the royal jelly and just the whole royal jelly line now. It really did. I have very sensitive allergic skin, and it really changed my skin. And I haven't had a problem since. So I would definitely say JAFRA has so many wonderful products, but the royal jelly has to be the top.
Do you use the Global Longevity balm or the Global Longevity cream for your moisturizing?
Both.
Both. Nice. How about that?
One at night, one in the morning.
Oh, there you go. I guess it's kind of one of those things. You the benefits of working the business, you also get to use the product quite liberally, right?
Yeah. I always say I can't quit. I can't afford to quit.
That's awesome. That's great. All right. So before we go, because I like to keep these fairly short, best advice you can give anyone, and I know you gave some advice, but okay, so you got to go talk to people. How did you get over that? I guess maybe that fear of maybe talking to people or feeling like, oh, they're not going to like it, or how did you just deal with that, which everyone thinks about?
Well, when I think back to when I first started, I found a friend that would be willing to give me my first party, and I think that's really important. And I just, that one party kept me in business for a couple of years because I met people, and then people scheduled from that party, and then people scheduled from those other parties. So having a party to start with, I think, is really important. And the other thing is to keep in mind that you're just sharing. You're not asking something of somebody. You're just offering. You're sharing something and showing them an option. And hopefully it's an option that they'll choose to want to use. But if not, it's just like offering somebody some cookies. Some will want it, some won't, but it's okay.
I love that. I've never heard that before. Just offering cookies. Look, I just have oatmeal raisins. If that's not your cup of tea, that's okay.
Yeah.
I love it. So good. Oh, I think I could talk to you all night, Sally. I really do. But thank you for being on the call with us. Have amazing ventures when you're going across the country. And thanks for representing JAFRA in really the best way possible. So thanks for being on the call tonight and spending a little time with us.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Cool. All right, there you go. You've heard from the company. You've heard from one of our consultants who's been finding that she loves it since 1971. So, I mean, how many relationships last that long when it comes to product? I mean, come on. That's pretty impressive. So for those of you who are on the call as a guest tonight, I'm going to end this here in just 1 minute, but there are a few different ways that you can join. We have different kit options. There's only one that I think is the best way to do that. It's $129. It gives you the best of what we have. It's royal jelly. It gives you that so that you can try it. You can share with friends, and like as Sally was saying, get friends together, share it so that you can start that business. And it's a $600 value, by the way, that kit. So you're going to make that investment back. It's not a huge ask, but what it does is it gives you the ability to have some literature, some tools, and some product to make that happen, and get started on the right foot showing your friends. And we've got a really cool program called Stay Royal, which gives your clients an amazing discount on the product. They're not consultants, but they get a great discount. They control what products are shipped to them, and you can predict your earnings from that. And I think it's great, especially for those who are really into that skincare, which most women are. So thank you for being on the call tonight. I think today is a great time to start. I encourage you to talk to the person that invited you on this call tonight so that they can answer any questions you might have, and just say, okay, so Scott was talking about this royal jelly kit that I should start with. Tell me more about that. What do I need to do to make this first little bit successful and get not only my investment back, which again, small, remember, $129, plus whatever money you want to make in the short term to know that, yes, this business model works. So thank you for spending about 25 minutes of your time tonight. And I hope it was worth your while. I hope you learned about who we are, why we do what we do. And we just want to help you get off to the best start possible for your business so that you can be one of those women who's had your life transformed through this experience, has your skin changed through this experience, and most of all, you experience the freedom to be you. So thank you again for being on the call tonight. Thank you again, Sally. Have an amazing night, and we can't wait to see you when we head out in different meetings across the U.S. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you.